So worthwhile. That is absolutely stunning. Good morning guys, welcome back to another video. Now last week I ticked off the Litchfield National Park here in the Northern Territory, so naturally the next spot on my list was of course going to be the Kakadu National Park, which is exactly where we are now. Now last night I actually camped out at the Merle campground, which is literally like a very short walk down to the famous Cahills Crossing. Now if you don't know the spot, it is literally based on the East Alligator River, and it's the one spot that you can effectively go down at high tide and you get to experience like this feeding frenzy with all the crocodiles, which is obviously going to be on our list of things to do. This morning I did actually walk down there because it's like a 20-minute walk here from the campground, and it was low tide at that point, so there wasn't as much action going on. So it is very hot right now, so we're definitely not going to walk. I'm going to pack up camp and we're going to head down that way now. I think we're like an hour and a half outside of high tide, and that's where all of the action happens. So let's get on down there and hopefully we get to see some pretty cool stuff.
Cahills Crossing might look like just another causeway, but it's actually one of the most dangerous river crossings in all of Australia. The East Alligator River flows through here, and with every change of tide, the crossing transforms. At low tide, vehicles can cross the causeway safely, but when the tide rises, the river surges back in, and with it comes saltwater crocodiles by the dozen. Today's high tide sat at 5 meters, the perfect height for the water to come crashing over the causeway, but tides here can push dangerously higher, reaching up to 8 meters in some cases, making it extremely risky to cross. All of the water rushing in stirs up fish, prawns and other food, and this creates the perfect feeding ground. Dozens of crocodiles gather downstream, taking full advantage of the tide. And it's not just the crocs, a few fishermen brave the currents to throw in a line, although I didn't really see them catch anything other than hooking a few of the crocodiles. It's this combination of powerful tides and abundant wildlife that make Cahills Crossing such a hotspot for crocodile activity. A reminder that here in the top end, nature is absolutely in control and we are only ever visitors.
I reckon we saw over 20 crocodiles down there, which was insane. So definitely recommend heading down there, especially at high tide. There was definitely a lot of people enjoying it as well. But we're going to have like a very early dinner / very late lunch because we're going to go and do a sunset walk or hike this afternoon. So this one is called Yuba, I think it is, and it's only 2 kilometers, but apparently there is an incredible lookout that we can get to. Can't even open this jar for sunset, and there's also some really nice Aboriginal rock art as well we can check out. So I'm just going to have something nice and light before we do this hike. And can I also add, like, I have been obsessed with pickled onion. It's something that I've just figured out that I can make on the road, and I've been adding it into every single one of my wraps, even into some of my dinners as well. So highly recommend, guys. It's like the most simple thing in the world. You literally just like bring to boil vinegar, water, and then sugar and salt. I feel like if there's one thing that the Northern Territory is famous for is the amazing sunsets, which I actually haven't really experienced much at all. I feel like every time I've been camping, it has been off in the bush somewhere with no view. So fingers crossed we do get a good sunset, although it kind of looks like it's going to rain, which is wild because I have not seen rain probably in a good 6 or so months. Like, perks of chasing the good weather. But we've just reached the first section where we've got some beautiful rock art, so let's have a look at this. Morning guys, so I've gotten up nice and early today and I've actually driven 2 hours out to this spot called Motorcar Falls. So this has been top of my bucket list. I did actually see the turn off for the Jim Falls, which only opened a couple of weeks ago. I was actually so tempted to go that way instead. It was originally on my plan, but because we have just got such limited time, it's a pretty big full drive track out that way, and of course I would want to go see Twin Falls if I was going out there as well. So I've decided to put that onto the back burner until next time, just because we've got a few other spots that I'm keen to check out. This particular hike, however, is only 6 kilometers return, but the swim at the end is pretty epic and there's only one other car in the car park, so I feel like we're probably going to have it for the most part to ourselves. Overall, the track was pretty boring until you get to that last section where you kind of just have to figure out where to go, but so worthwhile. That is absolutely stunning. The waterfall itself isn't running that crazy, but I'm pretty sure we should be okay to go for a swim. day now and I've got very limited time left, so I had to decide where to go to next, and I decided to drive about 20 kilometers down the road from where we just were out to Gunlom Falls. Now this one is like a short 1 kilometer hike to the top. There is a plunge pool at the base, but even though it's called plunge pool, you actually cannot swim in it. But at the top there are these incredible rock pools that overlook, like, I would probably say probably the best sunset spot, but we're not going to be around for that long. Given how easy those falls are to get to, I'm actually surprised it's not more busy, although the stairs will definitely get you. I'm going to check out the lower pools now, and then I am going to close off this video because I have to start making my way down to Catherine before we head a little bit further south. So thank you guys so much for following along as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video.